Now I got some footage from day two. It's Joe and I. Joe's on the gun and I'm doing a little bit of calling for him. We're gonna see what we can get into, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this is one of those days. If you've turkey hunted a long time, you've had them days where birds are just on fire, and this is one of those days. We heard probably 15 different birds gobbling at one time in the morning. You can't hear them all on my cell phone camera, obviously, but I did get some great footage of quadruple gobbles of the bird initially in the morning, and I hope you guys enjoy it. We'll get into it. He's on the ground. So right off the roost, I knew I had 4 birds and I knew where they wanted to be. That's where we set up this morning. I'm very familiar with where we were hunting at. And I knew where these birds wanted to get to. We sat 40 yards, a little bit too far towards the marsh. We probably could have turned around and killed these birds, but I really wanted to get on film. They ended up walking right past us. You can't see it in the video, but we pretty much had them get behind us and gobble for 20-30 minutes, and we finally just had to shut up and let these birds leave. We had so many birds gobbling this morning that I didn't want to fool with birds that didn't want to participate. So we moved along. We called on several groups this morning. We got up, we got on several birds that would gobble. We just wouldn't come in. Probably 4 different groups of birds that we never saw, but they would respond to almost every call I had. But they're looking at hens probably, guys. It's early in the year, so I was excited to have a calm day after yesterday, and we heard so much action. But there was one particular place where we sat down and we called. It was probably about 10 o'clock in the morning, and there was 2 birds that were gobbling. They weren't very hot, but they would gobble. And then the last place, we had another bird that would gobble, wouldn't come in. So on the way back, my intent was to set up on some of these places where we heard birds gobbling earlier, hoping that some of the hens had left and gone to lay eggs. And it just so happens the first place that we stopped at, I knew that these birds were probably 250 yards away from where we started calling earlier in the day. And it's really, really wide open woods where we're hunting at. So I wanted to cut that distance in half, sneak in there real quietly, sit down and see if they participate a little bit more. And let me show you what we got into. I see them. They're coming this way. See them?
We got a clear shot. Better shoot.
Got him.
You want the second one?
Nope. Brother, what you think about that? Patience is persistence.
You want the second one? It's coming in.
Well, we only get so many days to hunt here, so we did a dirty double. We're gonna grab these birds real quick. We'll be right back.
Well guys, it's been a crazy morning. We set up on some birds that were absolutely hammering. And they came right into us. I don't think that we had a Jake decoy out, and I don't really think they cared for it, and they kind of went around us. They got 40 yards behind us and just hammered for 30 minutes. And finally I decided we got to shut up or shoot, and we couldn't shoot, so we just shut up and let them walk off. And it was tough to do, but you know, when you got so many birds gobbling this morning, it was a beautiful morning. We probably heard 15 birds gobble this morning. And we went on, set up on another set of birds, and as soon as we started calling, they shut up. And I always tell everybody, man, persistence pays off. Turkeys typically will breed in the morning. They're with their hen base. If you don't shoot them when they hit the ground pretty quick, they get lockjaw, but they get fired up again when they get alone. Once the hens have been bred, they're out looking for more. And again, I told you yesterday, you can only hunt till noon in Virginia, and I hunt to the last minute for this very reason. What time is it? 11:30?
Ish.
11:15, something like that. We were walking back to the truck, and we had a turkey gobbling here earlier this morning, but he wasn't very hot. We set up kind of quiet, and I called real quiet, nothing, and I called loud one time, and 3 birds hammered. And Joe killed the first one. The footage is kind of far away. It's real thick where we're at. I'm surprised they came in as well as they did because it's so thick. But and like I said, I only have one other day to hunt here. We are only allowed to kill 1 turkey where we're hunting at, so I decided to go ahead and take the second bird because he came in to fight the bird that was down. I call it a dirty double, but perfectly legal and a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll put as much footage up as I got, but 2 pretty birds. Probably a 9.5-inch beard on mine. Joe's probably got a 10-inch beard on his, but the spurs on this Joe's, man, they're hooks. Probably 1.5 inches. It's a solid bird. So, hope you guys enjoy watching. We'll get you on the next one. If you're an avid turkey hunter, you live for days like today. We heard 15 birds on the roost. We called at least 5 or 6 different groups of gobblers that would respond to our calls. We shot a bird at the end. We ended up doing what I like to call the dirty double. We're limited on number of days that we can hunt here. Typically, I would have let that bird walk, but you got to take the opportunities as they come on places where you don't always have access to. So, a lot of fun, guys. Joe's bird had a 10-inch beard. My bird had a 10-inch beard. His bird had 1.5 inch spurs, and they were super sharp. It was one of the bigger birds. It weighed 24 pounds. Mine weighed at 19 pounds, and it had 1.25 inch spurs. So both of them were very solid birds. Very excited to harvest both of them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sometime down the road, I hope to get a little bit better camera for you guys so I can get some better footage. But if you guys got any questions on how we approach these birds, on what we're doing, how often we call, I love talking turkeys and I love talking to turkeys. So hit me up in the comments, let me know what you're thinking, and I'm happy to respond. But until then, see you guys on the next one.